Good morning, good morning. How are we all? Hello, welcome back to KTV episode 4. So today we are in Glasgow. We're in Scotland. Simple reason, I've done a 4.5 hour drive this morning because Sophie has got her medical exam because she's going on cruise ships. So I've decided to take her up here so I can spend as much time with her as possible before she goes on a cruise. So we're in Glasgow today. So I'm just sat in a cafe. But I've been joined, she's currently at the toilet, but I've been joined by one of my followers, so Cara Alexander. So Cara, thank you for meeting us, it's been really nice, and thank you so much for travelling all the way to get the train and actually meeting us as well. I'm sure you guys will see her in the next clip, but if I don't record her in the next clip, or if she doesn't want to be on camera, then Cara, really, thank you so much for meeting us. You've been really great company since I've been waiting for Sophie doing her medical exam. But we've got a 4.5 hour drive back home tonight. This week, what antics have we got this week? I did have a show tomorrow at Haythrop Park at the Warner Hotels, but that has been unfortunately cancelled. Other than that, I'll be honest, I don't think it's going to be a busy week, but we will be joining a ship this week also. We'll be taking Sophie home at some point. We're going to get up with some chaos, so come with me on the vlog and I'll see you later.
It's easy to film when it's just like that. You see what it's like. Oh. Hello!
Sophie's back from the medical. She's got a little...
She's been a big brave girl.
She's got a unicorn plaster on her hand.
She had to take 3 dials of blood. 3 dials?
Vials of blood.
I'll give up.
No, we're not editing nothing because we're sat here with Cara. I mentioned her in the last clip, so yeah, Cara, thank you so much for coming. An hour on the train, which is absolutely nuts. But I have no idea what we're going to be doing now. What we're doing now? We're going home?
Heading home.
We're going home.
Takeaway, I think.
Yeah. I've been driving for 9 hours in total, so Sophie said she's going to buy me a takeaway as a thank you.
I will.
But yeah, right.
That's a good compensation. 9 hours, probably a £10 takeaway.
Yeah, that seems fair, doesn't it? Good morning, Vietnam. Right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So I'll be honest with you. This week we haven't really got much planned. I think I mentioned that in the place yesterday where we went to Glasgow. I'm not gonna lie, it was a 9-hour total drive. So vlogging didn't really happen. We got back around 8:30 in the evening. Yeah, long day, long drive. But Sophie asked me to well, she didn't actually ask me, I offered. Basically Sophie's going on the cruises very soon, so I think altogether now we've got something like, I want to say like maybe 14 days, maybe 15 days together before she actually has to leave me for 4 months. So I volunteered and I said, look, I will go and I will take you to Glasgow so I can spend every single minute with you, you know, make up for the lost time that we're not going to have for the 4 months. But it's actually going to be beneficial for us in the long run, because we'll get a house and so on and such, so on. So anyway, today plan. I need to get a new bed because I'm really like losing sleep with my bed. It's basically just an IKEA bed, nothing too fancy, nothing too special, but every time like you move on it, it just creaks. So we're going to go bed shopping today. Might buy one, might not buy one, who actually knows. But right now, this is driving me crazy. I'm actually going to get my car cleaned. I am very much a case of I need my car cleaned. If it's not clean, I've got messy car, messy mind, one of those things. So we're going to go get my car cleaned and we're also going to go get a haircut. So come with me to do those things and get the tasks ticked off for the day. Right, haircut, done. We're skin fade, naughty behaviour. Right, next stop. God, honestly, honestly, I love having my hair cut because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like really dirty when I don't have my hair cut. I've got to like really keep on top of things. But also this week, on Friday, so you guys will see it at the end of the vlog hopefully, I'll be joining another cruise ship. So with that cruise ship, it'll be a Fred Olsen cruise line, and we will be going to Iceland. So we need to look prim, we need to look proper, because we've got another showtime, baby. So next stop, here we go. We're going to the car wash. Like I say, clean car, clean mind. So right, busy day. Let's go. Honestly, if you don't have an egg chair, get an egg chair, ladies and gents, really. So, well, today is Wednesday, maybe Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. No, Wednesday. I don't know what day it is. I think it's Wednesday, I think. But as I mentioned in some of the clips yesterday, things that I did, I got my hair done, got my hair cut, got a nice little skin fade, kept it longer on the top because I like it down currently. So kept it longer on the top, got myself a little skin fade. The car was cleaned, and also me and Sophie, or me, purchased a brand new bed. The new bed will be coming in September because it's out of order. Yeah, so it's out of stock, sorry, not out of order. It's out of stock. So we've bought this bed and got it on order. So, but we went to a place called United Carpets and Bed yesterday, and the main reason why I want a new bed, to be honest, is because anytime I move in my bed, and I mean literally turn over to sleep or anything like that, my bed creaks to the point of so bad that I am now not sleeping at night, really. It's tough to sleep because it's that loud when it creaks. It wakes me up and it wakes Sophie up, and so we needed to get a new bed. And so we went to United Carpets and Bed yesterday, and I saw this bed with a TV in it. But as cool as that may be, I needed storage. With no storage, because my room isn't the largest or the biggest, and I have a desk in my room, a wardrobe, and my bed, and a TV. That's what's in my bedroom, but I don't really have like a cabinet or maybe drawers or anything like that. My current drawers are under my current bed, so I needed something with storage. So the TV bed was cool and things like that, but I asked the guy, does he do TV beds and storage all in one? And he said, no, they don't exist. And the beds that I was looking at, and I'll be honest, I was going in with a budget of maybe maximum £500, maximum. And the beds in there was like over £1,000, like over £1,000. I'm like, no, I'm not paying over £1,000 for a bed. No. So we went somewhere else. Went to this place called Benson's for beds. Went in there, looked at the ottomans, looked at the beds with drawers, etc. Didn't really find anything until me and Sophie laid down on a bed just to have a look at said bed. This was another TV bed, but the difference between this bed, it was an ottoman. So it had storage, TV, also had surround sound, USBs to charge your phones. If one of you's asleep and the other one's not, you can actually plug headphones into the bed. You could, it's got lights on it. Yeah, it was one hell of a bit of machinery. And the price was very expensive. So, you know, we've gone and bought it. We've gone and bought it, but the only issue is it doesn't come until September because it's out of stock. In the colour that I want, you can get like a light grey, which isn't really my vibe. My favourite colour, as you can probably tell, is blue. Especially like a navy blue, royal blue, that kind of blue. So we bought a navy blue TV storage bed, which, very happy with the purchase, I'll be honest. But that brings us to today. You know what, let's actually bang a photo here, because I'm good at editing. Let's bang a photo here of the new bed. And then, yeah, so today we've got to get, Sophie's got to get an MMR jab or something like that. So we are going all the way to Chesterfield, which is around 40-ish minutes to go and take her for this jab. So we've done 9 hours worth of driving to get her medical exam in Glasgow, and now we're doing a further probably an hour and a half driving, give or take, doing to Chesterfield. So, yay! Well, a very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I want to actually apologise for last week's vlog. Today is actually Friday, so technically I should still be recording for last week's vlog. But today I joined this thing. I joined the Ballet, Fred Olsen Ballet. So because I'm joining this, I have no Wi-Fi. So because of that, I can't really upload a YouTube video. No Wi-Fi, no video. So I'm so sorry that there was no vlog last week. This is next week's. But this week I'm sure will be jam-packed because we're on another ship. We've got multiple shows, and you know what? I love Fred Olsen. I think they're brilliant ships. But I'll give you a room tour, I'll give you a cabin tour, I'll even give you a ship tour. But come with me on board the Ballet, Fred Olsen, and let's see what trouble we can get up to. So here we are in the room. I'm in cabin 3429. So bit of a room tour like we did last time on Tui. So you walk in through that door, obviously, then instantly greeted with the bathroom. We've got a shower, most important thing, toilet, towels, moi. Yeah, this is also a cupboard. This is pretty cool. Cupboard, cool. Then this wardrobe, another wardrobe. But I think in here, or there should be somewhere, could be very wrong, should be like a kettle and things. There it is. Right, so then instantly you come in. Here is the bedroom. Then you've got to do a welcome safety video thing. Me, because I'm a guest entertainer, I get something called a welcome pack. So I get these, where it basically says my contract, when I'm on stage, all that kind of good stuff. So basically that's about it. So we've got a nice little seating area here, but also another window that looks out onto the promenade, which then looks out to sea. So all in all, they're pretty solid rooms. All guest entertainers pretty much get this room. I'm on with a guy called Brucey, I think. No idea, a guy I've never worked with. So that'll be fun, making friends and all that good stuff. So I think I'm going to get settled, start to unpack, because any time now the suitcases will be delivered. And then, I don't know what the plan is. I might give you a ship tour. Who knows, eh? Who knows? But yeah, that is the room. I was going to start vlogging.
Attention all on board. The general emergency alarm.
Get ready for the long one. So, I'm back. So, basically, when you join a Fred Olsen ship, you have a meeting, or especially the guest entertainer, which what I am. A guest entertainer will have a meeting at around 4:30, maybe 5 o'clock, and what they do is get to know all the other guest entertainers, all the other guest lecturers, the speakers, the wildlife team, everybody like that. They get to know everybody. So it was at 4:30, it is now 10 to 6. So we've been in there for like quite a while. Getting to know, I met another guest entertainer called Bernie. A really nice guy actually, really nice guy. He's a comic but also sings a little bit. So yeah, everything is good. We're now setting sail from Liverpool. I would show you, but it's not the greatest view. I'm trying to actually get it off my face. Get off my face. It's not getting off my face. Anyway, I will show you. But they give you drink there. They give you orange juice. They give you champagne. Which is really nice. But tonight, I think what the plan is, I'm not too sure what the show times are. I think it might be 8 o'clock. So I think I'll probably get some food, go to the first show, and then have an early night. To be honest, me and Sophie are watching a brand new series. It's my favourite series. I've watched it around 6 times. It's the first time Sophie's actually watching it, and to be honest, watching Sophie's expressions on it is probably a lot more entertaining than what the show is. So, because Sophie gets really into things. But we're sailing away from Liverpool. Next stop is Reykjavik. I'm on my show tomorrow night with the band this time. So I'll do some sound check footage tomorrow with the band. So I think I'm going to go dressed like this to the show tonight and just really chill out, and then I'll probably get back to the room, unpack, relax. That's my evening. Let's see if I actually do it.
Stay in your cabin and contact the medical staff immediately by telephone. They will then assist you in your cabin. No charge will be incurred for this. It is essential to have the
quite a rhythmic voice
to minimize any spread of infection that may be detrimental to your vacation experience.
It's show day. So it's show day today, ladies and gentlemen, and the reason we can tell this is it's in the Daily Times. So are we ready for a preview of what tonight holds? So tonight's Showtime proudly presenting, let me sort out my hair because my hair looks absolutely horrendous. That'll do, that might do, we'll see. Proudly presenting me, Kyle Tomlinson. Join Kyle as he takes to the stage with a spectacular new show featuring a breathtaking blend of musical theatre classic, timeless Elvis hits and stunning classical performances. You can expect spine-tingling renditions of West End favourites, soulful tributes to the king of rock and roll, and soaring operatic moments that showcase his incredible range. So, it's show day. Time check, currently 10 to 11. Basically, I've spent the morning unpacking and sorting my life out, basically. But we've got sound check in an hour or so. So I think I'm going to go to Poolside, because Fred Olsen do this thing called Poolside, where if you're a late riser, you can go to Poolside, and there's like a restaurant there. So it's really cool, and you can still get like breakfast and things like that. If you ever come on a Fred Olsen Fred Olsen cruise, that is the place to go. The Poolside bar restaurant thing, je ne sais quoi. So here we are at Poolside. Yeah, like I say, if you ever come on a Fred Olsen cruise, this is the place. I've come to the executive decision. It's because I've started reading, and I'm reading a book right now, and it's called The Courage to Be Disliked. And yeah, it's kind of like changing my mindset on a lot of things. But so I've decided, like, I'm going to do. I've been losing weight for a while. In the space of September up until now, I've lost a case of like maybe 4 to 5 stone. I can't really remember what it is. But my glasses are getting steamed up because it's really hot up here. But I've decided to actually eat protein. I'm going to cut out carbs, I'm going to cut out sugar. So this morning for breakfast, I've got slices of ham. Basically a deconstructed egg benedict. So I've got slices of ham and egg, basically. So it's meat and egg. And then I'm going to probably do like a very similar thing for dinner and so on, and just eat basically meat and things like that. But this is Poolside. I've not actually shown anything of Fred Olsen as of yet. But honestly, this is actually the first ship where me and Sophie met. There's a lot of history for me and Sophie on this ship. I might go through the story on how we met. She'll probably kill me if I did tell you all, but you know, who cares? But I could walk you through step by step on how me and Sophie met later on down the line. Maybe not today, because like I say, show day. So it's relaxing day. but I've got my sound check in 55 minutes. I've just put my CDs into the shop. If you do want a CD or whatever, come to kyletomlinsonofficial.com. You can purchase my CD and my album there. You can get a signed version or an unsigned version. But I put my CDs in the shop. We're also going to be setting up maybe a table outside the Neptune, which is the lounge or the theatre, so people can buy them as they leave if they want to. But yeah, I'm excited, definitely excited. But I'm going to eat my ham and egg, and yeah, probably the next clip's going to be the sound check. So as you can already tell, this time's a little bit different to what TUI was. This time I'm with a band. So we've got guitarist, keys, drums and bass. Tonight is the classical show. I'm really looking forward to it actually. The thing is with Fred Olsen, it really appeals to this kind of clientele. I do my rock show as my second show, whereas on TUI I did it as my first show. So you're going to see something a little bit different than what you did 2 weeks ago on the other vlog. Instead of me singing Try a Little Tenderness and Can't Help Falling in Love, I'll be doing that kind. I'll be doing something very different, aka doing it as classical and musical theatre. So the set list should be something along the lines of This Is the Moment, Bring Him Home, Stars, Can't Help Falling in Love is also in this one, If I Can Dream, My Way, and then The Impossible Dream. So that should be the set list. But yeah, the thing is with this theatre, I love this theatre. It's really, like, especially when you come out and these are all full and everything, yeah, it's beautiful. So yeah, let's get the sound check done. We are suited, we're booted, and we're ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Well, fresh out the shower, pretty much. Right, so current time check is 7:15. I am on stage in a matter of an hour and 15, I think. Yeah, maybe an hour and 45. Sorry, horrendous math. An hour and 45, and which should bring us to 8:30, and that's when I'm on stage. So tonight is the captain's welcome party, which is why I'm ready now. I usually get ready around 30 minutes beforehand, get backstage 15 minutes beforehand. But we're suited, we're booted, we're ready to go, and I'm looking forward to it, actually. I'm really looking forward to it. It should be good. Hopefully we get the same or somewhat the same reaction as what we did on TUI 2 weeks ago. If we do, yeah, TUI's got a lot to beat with the audience reaction there, so you'll find out afterwards as soon as I come off. But I'm going to head to the captain's welcome party, probably film a little bit of that, and yeah, that's about it really. So, show day, baby. Here we go. It's showtime.
Welcome to the Neptune After Showtime.
Ah!
Please welcome your host, your cruise director, Lucy Kelly.
Come on, all good.
Hello, a very good evening, everyone.
All good?
Welcome to Showtime this evening. We have
So I'm
got
currently
an
wearing a blue
absolutely
suit, but in this light it looks
fantastic
red.
show lined up for you. But before we go on with
Tell you
that,
something,
I
it's
just
absolutely
very
rammed.
quickly.
Absolutely
So
rammed.
when I started working on cruise ships, my friends and family,
This is,
whenever they go on a cruise,
this is
they
the
like to
stage
tell me
time.
about their experiences.
Tonight we've
And
got
I
the
just wanted
band.
to read you this
We've
now
got
that I
pianist,
received
bassist,
from my
guitar
friends.
and
So,
drummer.
Dear Lucy, I hope you're
And,
having fun there on the Valletta. It's not so good here, and
showtime.
the constipation.
So please excuse the fact that I look like a Smurf. I've just come off stage, and again, what a show. Honestly, the crowd was incredible. Tonight was my theatre show, so my slower show, but it was brilliant, genuinely brilliant. Completely full house. Yeah, I'm absolutely chuffed. Sold a couple of CDs as well, which is unreal. One thing that happened, which was quite funny, the last line of My Way, and he goes, I did it my way, big note, and then Lucy, the cruise director, came out before I sang My Way again. If you know what I'm talking about, it's got two endings. He goes, My Way, then My Way, and then it finishes. But she came out halfway through, so she was just stood on the stage, just kind of stood there. It was a great show. So that's show number 1 done. We've now got around half an hour, 45 minutes ish, until the next show. But yeah, so if you're watching this and you've seen the first show, so thank you so much for coming. If the band are watching, because they did say they're gonna watch my YouTube, thank you so much for backing me, boys. On to the next, and then I think I'm gonna go to bed after the second show, I'm not gonna lie, but we'll see. I'm sure I'll catch up with you guys. See you later. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, every single clip I've done, I'm wearing a blue jumper. By the way, I have like 2 of these jumpers, so I'm not a tramp, I promise. But good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's the day after show day, and today is always kind of like the best day, simply because when you actually get on a ship, you're incognito, no one knows who you are, and now is the day where you'll go out and you'll get stopped by everybody. So today I'm going to go to destinations, because as a guest entertainer, what we can do is we can actually get onto tours for free. All we have to do is just host the tours. So I think I'm going to go to destinations, see if there actually is any tours available for me to host. I've been recommended by Sophie the Golden Circle or something like that, which will be really cool. Hopefully I can get on that for the vlog. If not, just actually try and get on one, or any kind, because it'll be pretty cool. So that's what we're going to do today. Then I'm going to go get some breakfast, and then see what's what. There's no real plan, again, because yeah, just relaxing, chilling out, and then yeah. But the show last night was great. It was 10 out of 10. The first show was brilliant. The second show was also brilliant. Much smaller crowd, but they didn't fail. They didn't let me down. So again, it was brilliant. Yeah, this job is very easy when people actually like or accept what you do. But that's the theatre show done. Next one is the rock show, and on this particular ship, not any other ship on the fleet, but on this particular ship there's actually an electric guitarist. So an electric guitarist in a rock show, oh, je ne sais quoi. So that'll be fun, that'll be good fun, and that'll be in a couple of days' time. So yeah, all in all, great experience, positive, everything's positive, and yeah, let's see what the world brings, let's see what the day brings, shall we? So I mentioned, actually, I would explain the story on how me and Sophie met, and it was in this room. Sophie was a host on board Fred Olsen, and she actually didn't know who I was or what I did or anything like that, and I got on board for the first time, and I messaged a friend of mine, or a friend of ours, called Abby. And Abby was the assistant cruise director, I believe. And I said, do you want to meet up for a drink, see what the bearings are, get the bearings of the ship, see what the people are like. And she said, yeah, absolutely. Is it okay if I bring my friend Sophie? So I said, yeah, absolutely. So we were sat where that couple are sat right now. I was sat on the sofa. I was sat on the sofa. She and Abby was sat next to me, and then Sophie was sat on the puffy, or a footstool, or whatever. And then basically from there, that's when I knew. That's definitely when I knew. She was a little stunner. But then we'll come out of here, and then from that point, really, we just spoke every day. We sat together for over 6 hours the following day. Just laughing, joking, smiling, and then one night I stayed up a little bit later because she was on DJ. So what DJ does, sometimes what the hosts do, part of their schedule, is actually put music on and have to stay up till like maybe 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that. So I decided to stay up to keep Sophie company, and I asked her to change the song. I asked her to change the music to a song, my favourite song, which is Desperado by the Eagles, and this is where it was. So we called this the spaceship, this like plastic thing here. Please excuse me, by the way, because there is a dance lesson going on. but she was sat inside here. I was sat there. And I said, Sophie, put on, are you down in your care? I said, Sophie, put on some real music, put on the Eagles. And that's what she did. And she told me that one of her favourite songs was also Desperado by the Eagles. So what I did is I asked her there and then for a microphone, and I stood on this stage right here, and I sang to her for the first time, and then from that day, really ever since, Desperado by the Eagles has been in my show ever since. This is then, we went from here, and I said, can I walk you back to your cabin? And she said, yeah, sure. But the thing is, because I'm a guest entertainer, it's actually, I'm not classed as crew. So I'm only classed as a passenger. So I'm not allowed in crew areas. So we walked down these stairs. Oh, what's going on there? There we go. Walked down these stairs. And I said, well, can I walk you back to your cabin? She said, no, but you could walk me to crew area. I was like, okay. And then we turned right here into the gym. And then literally through this door here, this is where we hooked. And I'm not joking, Sophie ran away from me. And she ran away from me through that door. And I rang my dad the following day, or maybe even the same night, I can't remember 100%. And I said, I found the girl that I'm going to marry. And yeah, today is actually our 6 months together. We've known each other. I met Sophie in October 1st, 2023. For our 1 month anniversary when we finally got together, I got her tattooed. So yeah, this ship holds a lot of memories. A lot of memories for me anyway, regarding Sophie. But yeah, that's a little bit of an insight on where we met and how we met, and look at where we are now. So, almost like the title of this video, back to where it all began. Well, I'll tell you this for free. It's definitely starting to get a little bit colder. We're on our way to Iceland. We're in Reykjavik tomorrow. So, as you can imagine, it's getting colder. But we're still at sea, no land in sight whatsoever. But I'm on my way to the show. Tonight is a show called Tennessee. It's a country show, so you know for a fact I am going to that. But it's the actual show company tonight. I know pretty much half of the show company, so I thought I would go along and show my support. But really, looking out at the sea today, like the waves, they're quite choppy, especially where we've just hit the water and things. But yeah, today's been a decent one. I've gone to the gym today. What else have I done? Gone to the gym. I've been reading a book, and this book, if you guys read, I'm not a big reader at all, to be honest, but I really want to start changing that. But the book that I really recommend someone is a book called The Courage to Be Disliked. Really go check it out, because it's really, really cool. It's really interesting. It really opens your mind up to different things, really, and I really, really recommend it. But it's now 8:25. The show starts in 5 minutes, so I'll probably might record something in the show if I'm allowed to, and if I can, yeah, you get ready to see a little bit of Tennessee.
I got a good job, hard for my money. Quitting time, I hit the door running. I fire up my pickup truck and let the horses run. I fly down that highway, to that highway, stuck out in the woods, the boots and boogie, yeah. It's all just Driving down the road, I get the feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday. Take me home to the place.
So, just left Destinations, it's just there behind me, and I'm on a tour, and Sophie will be very happy that I'm on a tour. Truth be told, it's not my usual cup of tea. My usual days in ports are get off, probably find a church, and something like that, but no, I'm getting off, and I'm on a tour. I'm hosting or leading the tour, and that's at 8:45 tomorrow morning. But I'll be doing the Golden Circle, which she wanted me to do, which Sophie highly recommended, and to be honest, so did the guys at Destinations. There was a tour which I would have loved to have done, but they don't need escorting, and that's a helicopter tour. So I put my name down for the helicopter tour, but there's absolutely no chance on this planet that I'd be able to do that. But I'm on that, so 8:45 tomorrow morning. I need to go back and get my clipboard and the names of everybody that's on, and all the guests that I'll be looking after, at 5 o'clock tonight. So I think now I'm going to go get some dinner, or technically breakfast, brunch, whatever it is. But yeah, I'm on a tour tomorrow, so tomorrow's clips will be quite fun. Yeah. On the downside, I'm up at 8:45. Well, a very good morning from Iceland. So today, as I said in the last couple of clips, I'm actually touring, I'm actually escorting a tour today. I've got 45 people that I need to look after. I'm currently behind the pack, but we've actually come to a thermal power plant, basically showing how how they turn the natural energy of the island into the power for the island. So it's going to be really interesting, especially for me anyway, because I love Viking history, Viking mythology, that kind of thing. I've literally got a tattoo on my arm about Vikings. So this is going to be really interesting, but I'm going to record a little bit about this power plant, and yeah. Okay, so I've just done a lap of the power plant. It's pretty cool actually, it's pretty interesting. It basically, cut a long story short, I showed a little bit on like all the displays and things, but basically what they do is they take the water and the energy from the island and actually turn it into electricity as well as just hot water, but they don't use anything to heat the water, only magma that is actually in the land, which is really cool, which is really interesting. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like they also they get the gas, and they hold the gas, and then within 2 days or 2 weeks, I can't remember which one it is, within 2 days and 2 weeks, they turn it into stone, or mineral. So like one of them is fool's gold. So it's just really interesting how gas can actually turn into solid, which is really cool. But yeah, they basically here what they do is they provide all the hot water to Reykjavik. I think she said it's 950 litres a second of hot water to Reykjavik from this place, which is really nuts if you think about if you actually think about that. But yeah, I've just done the tour. Everybody else is currently walking around and everything like that, and it's really interesting. So, but I'm really happy that I'm on this tour. Sophie actually recommended this tour. So thank you, dear, for recommending it me. But yeah, if you guys don't know, I am massively into Viking culture, Viking history, and the place that I'm really looking forward to go to is actually where they held Viking Parliament meetings, and that's at the very end of the day. The tour is 8 hours long, but that's included with a dinner, so like some soup, some Icelandic soup, as well as Icelandic fish as well. But I'm massively into Norse mythology. I've literally got a full tattoo of Norse mythology, and I find it really, really interesting. But so far, the the actual tour regarding the power plant. Really interesting, really cool. So yeah. Next stop, I think, is the geysers, where it's the most active geyser in Iceland, where it actually goes off every 5-10 minutes. So hopefully we get some footage of that. See, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if you guys can actually hear me because of how loud this thing actually is. But the tour guide actually said something which now I absolutely agree with. She went, if you get close to it, if you actually do the trail, which is somewhere over there, if you do the trail, you feel how powerful the water actually is. But she said in the winter and etc., the water actually freezes. So she can't explain, or she doesn't know how something so powerful like this can actually just come to a stop. But this is this is mega. Obviously, I'm on my selfie trend at the minute. Pow! Here's a selfie of me with the waterfall. But yeah, it's absolutely stunning. It's not just the waterfall behind me though, but the whole actual surrounding area is absolutely gorgeous.
It's a unique place. There are so many caravans in Skegness it can be seen from the moon with the naked eye. Even travelling people stay away in case they go for a night out, get drunk, come back and can't find their own home. I booked into a hotel, I said, how much? She said, £3.50 a night, but I don't want any children. I said, I'll be as careful as a camel. She said, there is a setback. I said, I thought there might be. She said, you've got to share your room with a long-distance wagon driver. I said, well, that won't bother me. I was in the Royal Navy. She said, well, he snores all night long. I said, darling, that won't bother me. I was in the Royal Navy. And anybody who knows what I'm talking about will know. We had 17, 18 young men crammed into one mess. Crammed into a mess. Going all over the world. Places like Hong Kong, Japan, Singapore, Boogie Street. Yes, when Boogie Street was Boogie Street, where you could get a curry at 3 o'clock in the morning and 15 pints of lager. And it didn't matter whether the girl's voice was deep. So I stayed that night and I got up in the morning. She said, everything all right? I said, lovely. She said, have a nice time? I said, lovely. She said, what about the fella snoring all night in your room? I said, there's no snoring in my room. I said, I walked up to him, kissed him on the lips and patted him on the backside. He was too worried to sleep all night. Wondered what the hell happened.
Well, all I can say is what a show and what a performer. Like, genuinely, Bernie, his show was, I'd actually say, magnificent. It was absolutely incredible. He had the audience eating out of the palm of his hand. They were singing on their own without even being told to. Like, genuinely, 10 out of 10. The whole show, from start to finish, was engaging. It was engaging. It was funny. It was yeah, it genuinely gave you a whole range of emotions. By the way, I've just come back in here because, like, 2 people just walked downstairs and looked at me really funny, so I've just come into the lift so it gets out of the way. Anyway, so now I'm going to go back outside of the lift and but yeah, honestly, Bernie, if you are watching this, because you did say you'd watch my YouTube, genuinely, mate, 10 out of 10, great show. It's day 2 in Reykjavik. So I got back from the tour last night and I'm not going to lie, I absolutely crashed. Majorly crashed. But now I'm on my way to the gangway because I'm going to try and get off and actually explore Reykjavik a little bit more. We drove through it, but I didn't actually go into the town. So today I'm actually going to go into the town and, as always, see what trouble I can get up to. Recording the vlog. sound check time, baby. So I'm actually playing around with this second show a lot, but it'll be hopefully it'll work, and hopefully the flow will work. And but all of these seats tonight, especially for the first show, will definitely be full. So yeah, right. So let's go down, meet the band. And,
That's why I'm singing for you. No, I'm never gonna fall you are. I'm bleeding for you
sound check completed. Right. These are heavy glass doors, right. I'm now going to go, and I'm going to go to dinner. I'm going to get some dinner. The time is currently 6 o'clock, so that's only took us half an hour, to be fair. 40 minutes or so, so that's not bad at all. Oh, who's this handsome chappy? But I'm now going to go to dinner, and yeah, and then I'm going to vocal rest and get ready for showtime. I think the show's at 8:15. I'll just have to double check that actually on that board, which I've just seen. I think it's 8:15. So I'll be backstage by 8, if not earlier. But I think it's time for the salad, I think. So get myself a salad and then go back to the room, chill out. Then showtime. As you can see by the sweat on my brow, we're going to full stander, baby. We're going to full standing ovation. What a show, what a show. Incredible crowd, they sang, they swayed. I'm knackered, but I've got another one to do. But Jesus, what a show, what a show. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So, I'm going to split this vlog into 2 parts. We are currently in port right now. But I will not have Wi-Fi tomorrow, and I really do not want to miss another vlog this week. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to schedule this vlog for tomorrow, which is today's Friday, tomorrow. So you will get part 1 of this vlog, and then I will continue with the rest of all the footage for the rest of the cruise, etc. Starting today. So thank you so much for watching. I've just woke up and I'm just trying to download all the footage to the blog now. But thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for being so patient, especially about last week when there was no vlog. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment down below what you want to see. And I'll be honest, I've just woke up and this bed is honestly the comfiest thing I think I've ever laid down in. But yeah, like, subscribe, comment down below, and also press that bell and turn your notifications on. I know I've seen that actually a few YouTube comes with analytics, and I've seen that literally like 75% of you are not actually subscribed. So why? So please like, subscribe, comment, turn the notification bell, and if you are new here, welcome in. These vlogs are weekly, and I hope to see you next week for part 2. See you later, guys.